Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commentary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that pass! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out!
Welcome to this afternoon's coverage from Old Trafford of the Manchester derby between Manchester United and Manchester City. Rarely has a Premier League Manchester derby had less riding on it than this one, but with Manchester United languishing in the bottom half of the table and reigning champions Manchester City beginning the round outside the top four, bragging rights are mostly what is at play. That's especially true for United, who will be looking to bounce back from the defeat to Nottingham Forest and build confidence ahead of the season-defining Europa League quarter-final against Lyon. There'll be no forgiveness from the Old Trafford faithful for looking past this fixture, with the Red Devils looking to do the double over their neighbours for the first time since 2019-2020, having won the reverse fixture 2-1. Boss Ruben Amorim stands to make some of his own history, having also beaten City this term while in charge of Sporting, as only Jurgen Klopp and Thomas Tuchel has previously beaten Pep Guardiola in 3 successive meetings. Well, the players are on the pitch now. This derby certainly takes on more importance in terms of the Premier League table for Manchester City, who want to continue to hunt down the top 4. Excuse me. Wins over Bournemouth in the FA Cup and Leicester in the league have marked a successful return from international break for Guardiola's men. But the loss of Erling Haaland to injury may be more keenly felt here, given his incredible return of 9 direct goal contributions, 5 league Manchester derbies, 6 goals and 3 assists. Well, Manchester City this week received some rather, I suppose, news that they may or may not have been expecting, with the news that Kevin De Bruyne will not be returning next season. He has been given the captain's armband for today, and we'll run through the starting lineups in just a moment. But Kevin De Bruyne's history at Manchester City, what an incredible career he's had here, and wherever he moves on to, will be lucky to pick up a midfielder like Kevin De Bruyne, as I feel he's still one of the premier midfielders in the world today. Well, let's take a look at the team changes. We're going to start with Manchester United, who make 2 changes from the defeat to Nottingham Forest at the City ground during the week. Harry Maguire and Rasmus Højlund step back in. Matthijs de Ligt, who is injured, and Joshua Zirkzee, who is on the bench. For Manchester City, well, Mateo Kovacic, Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva all return following the 2-0 victory over Leicester. Nico Gonzalez, Jeremy Doku, Jack Grealish and Savinho make way. So our first order of the day is to take a look at the starting lineups, and we're going to start with the home team, Manchester United. Andre Onana is in goal. Nusay Mazraoui, Harry Maguire and Lenny Yoro operate a back 3, with Patrick Dorgu as wing-back, Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte in the middle of midfield, Diogo Dalot on the right wing-back, and Alejandro Garnacho and captain Bruno Fernandes playing behind Rasmus Højlund. For Manchester City, they start with Ederson in goal as usual. The impressive Nico O'Reilly slips into the left-back role, which means Josko Gvardiol and Ruben Diaz are in the middle, with Matheus Nunes on the right. Mateo Kovacic and Ilkay Gundogan holding the midfield, with Omar Mamouche on the left, Kevin De Bruyne in the middle wearing the captain's armband, Bernardo Silva on the right, all behind Phil Foden, who's holding the line today. Substitutes for Manchester United are Harry Hamas, the substitute goalkeeper Altay Bayindir, Christian Eriksen, Godwell Kokonki, Mason Mount, Victor Lindelof, Luke Shaw, Joshua Zirkzee and Chidozie Obi. For Manchester City, Jeremy Doku, Nico Gonzalez, Jack Grealish, Rico Lewis, Abdulkadir Kasanov, James McAtee, Savinio, the backup goalkeeper Stefan Ortega and Victor Rees. And our referee today is John Brooks, and he is from Melton Mowbray in Leicestershire. Simon Bennett and Dan Robertson are on the line. Tony Harrington's our fourth official, and should we need it, Paul Tierney and Tim Wood are in Stockley Park. We are about to get the game underway at Old Trafford with Manchester United attacking the goal to our right in the red shirts, white shorts and black socks. City also in their traditional colours, blue shirts, sky blue shirts, white shorts and white socks. And on the ball right now is Dorgu, who just drops the ball back to Lenny Yoro. It's back with Yoro again, played into the middle of the park there to Agate. Agate plays the ball forward, looking for Dorgu. Hoyland flicks the ball on, and Manchester United are already away. 1-on-1, a chance here. Oh, he goes down in the penalty area. Is the referee going to give a penalty there? Oh, it's right on the edge of the penalty area, I think. Oh, a bright start by Manchester United, catching City right off the bat there. As we just take a look, it's Garnacho who's going through. The foul is, oh my goodness me, it's right on the line. That might well be looked at by VAR. I was always under the assumption that if it was on the line, it was a penalty. But we'll wait and see. It looks like it's going to be a free kick. Ruben Diaz is the first player in the referee's notebook inside a minute, and that is not good news for him now, because he's going to have to go for the rest of the game now on a yellow card. And right away there from the start, Alejandro Garnacho breaking through for Manchester United, exposing City's defence there. And we got a free kick right on the edge of the pitch. It's inside the D. It's just towards the left side of the D. And already with his hands on the ball is Bruno Fernandes, who is going to take this one. Ederson just lining up his wall. And the referee, John Brooks, ensuring that the Manchester City players are back to full 10 yards. This is he's going to have to. I think he's going to have to try to go round the wall here. Is Bruno Fernandes? It's been difficult to get it over and under here. He steps up, does Fernandes? Tries to go around the wall. It's blocked, and that's going to go behind for a corner. And Manchester United putting the early pressure on here at Old Trafford. Looks like, yes, it looks like it deflected off Omar Mamouche there to create the corner. And Bruno Fernandes, a busy man early on, trots over to take the corner. It's on the left-hand side. And it's going to be swung in here as Manchester United putting the pressure on early. It's short to Garnacho. Back to Fernandes, headed out by Nico O'Reilly. Out into the middle of the park, Newsom Mazraoui clears it away to the left-hand side, looking for Alejandro Garnacho. The ball bounces over his head and goes out of play for a throw-in to Manchester City, who were nearly caught cold early on in this game. And, well, as we take a look there, Pep Guardiola certainly would not want to have conceded an early goal at Old Trafford. Manchester United coming forward again. The ball is launched long there by Harry Maguire, and it's out of play once more, and City once again have the throw-in. It's taken quickly by Núñez. It's across to Gvardiol. Gvardiol drops the ball back here to Ruben Diaz. Now with Mateus Núñez. Back to Diaz again. Diaz holds the ball up just outside the centre circle, inside his own half. It's played over the halfway line to Omar Mamouche and then to Nico O'Reilly. Drops the ball back there to Mateus Núñez. Núñez goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Ederson releases the ball to O'Reilly. Just plays it short to Gvardiol. Expect those strong, speedy runs by Nico O'Reilly. Watching him in the FA Cup match against Bournemouth, he changed the entire game when he came on. Ball played forward here by Kovacic. It's now down onto the right-hand side to Bernardo Silva. Silva back to Kovacic. Kovacic drops it back to Diaz. Across to Gavardio. Gavardio now to O'Reilly. Look, just plays a quick pass to De Bruyne. De Bruyne is challenged there by Mezraoui and the ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Manchester City. 5 minutes gone here. Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. You're listening to off-tube commentary of the Manchester derby. My name's Paul James, and the ball is played forward there looking from Nunes. Nunes was looking for Foden, but the challenge was made and it goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in fact, to Manchester United now here. Foden played in that unfamiliar number 9 role for him. Perhaps Pep Guardiola was just looking at the goal ratio, 6 in 6 for Phil Foden against Manchester United. So he operates in that number 9 role, and Omar Mamouche on the left-hand side. Cleared away there by Ruben Diaz, up into the air. Tried to be headed down by Dorgu, and again cleared into the Manchester United half by Kovacic. Here's De Bruyne now. Kevin De Bruyne lays the ball off to Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly holds the ball up, gives it back to Gundogan. It's Gundogan again, and it's Kovacic. Kovacic across here to Diaz. Diaz to Nunes. To Bernardo Silva, back to Nunes. Gavardio plays the ball to Nico O'Reilly. Nice little turn by Nico O'Reilly. Just trying to get away from Diogo Dalot there. Dalot challenged him, and it's going to be a throw-in. It was a good challenge in the end by Diogo Dalot, but this young man, Nico O'Reilly, well, he's full of all kinds of tricks and traits. I've been quite impressed with what I've seen of him so far. I would not be entirely surprised to see him involved in the England setup in the not too distant future if he carries on playing like this. Kovacic, good ball out onto the right hand side there to Matheus Nunes. It's back with Kovacic again. Good long ball by Kovacic, but Foden not there chasing that, and in the end it just goes through to the Manchester United goalkeeper, the ever-present Andre Onana. Take a look at Omar Mamouche. Well, is he as good as Salah? Perhaps not. But what an impressive signing he has been, Mamouche, to add to Manchester City's already impressive attacking lineup. Here's Diaz. Diaz plays the ball forward long, chasing it actually is Omar Mamouche. But Nusa Mezraoui deals with that very, very well. And the ball has been given away to Kovacic, and City now coming forward with Phil Foden out to De Bruyne. And that is a good challenge by Dorgu, but De Bruyne is in an offside position anyway. And it's going to be a free kick. Well, we've had almost 9 minutes here at Old Trafford in the Manchester derby. It's Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. And it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. It goes back to Onana. Onana releases the ball to Mezraoui, looking for a better ball this time. But interfering there was Omar Mamouche. And he just gets a foot on it, puts the ball behind for a goal kick. As we take a look at Pep Guardiola. Familiarity there in drinking water. At the moment, he looks pretty relaxed. It's early days yet, although his Manchester City team really almost caught out early on from Alejandro Garnacho, and of course it does mean Ruben Diaz has to be careful. Now on a yellow card, Garnacho drops the ball back to Dorgu. Dorgu sends the ball back to the goalkeeper, Andre Onana. He clears it, and it's a poor clearance out of play. He was looking for Diogo Dalot on the far side, but that wasn't the best clearance at all by Onana. Throw in for Manchester City, taken by Nico O'Reilly, and it takes a deflection. off Bruno Fernandes, and will go out of play for another throw-in for the Citizens just inside the Manchester United half of the field. Look, as Nico O'Reilly now has the ball. He just a poor first touch. It's given away to Diogo Dalot, but Dalot just rushes the clearance and gives it straight to Mateus Nunes. Out on the far side to Phil Foden. Foden with a shot. Oh, it just whistles wide. An early opportunity for Phil Foden, just cutting in from the right-hand side there and getting the shot away. It looked like Onana had it covered. Tried to go to Onana's near post. I don't think he was beating the Cameroon international from there. And it just went wide, but it's a first shot in anger, really, by either side in this first half. And Andre Onana with the goal kick. Downfield, up in the air now, just won initially by Ruben Diaz, but it breaks to Patrick Dorgu for Manchester United. Dorgu, corner of the penalty area, left-hand side, gives the ball to Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho will drop the ball back there, and all the way back to Lenny Yoro. Yoro gives the ball to Harry Maguire. Maguire looking for options left and right. Very unlucky Harry Maguire not to score against Forest, and Maguire has given the ball away to Phil Foden, and breaking forward now is Manchester City, but that's a wonderful challenge on Phil Foden by Casemiro. It's won back again by Lenny Yoro. Yoro gives the ball away now to Kevin De Bruyne, and De Bruyne is challenged, and the ball breaks loose out on the right hand side to Diogo Dalot. Dalot drops it back to Casemiro. Casemiro's ball is an atrocious one, really. He was looking for Garnacho, but it was way away from him, and it's out of play for a throw-in just inside the Manchester United half. Right now Phil Foden is down, clutching his ankle, and we're going to have a short stoppage here. Take a look. Looks like it's come from the challenge from Casemiro. While Phil Foden is receiving treatment, I'm just going to go through the scores from earlier on today. Brentford 0, Chelsea 0. Shock of the day: Fulham 3, Liverpool 2. Tottenham 3, Southampton 1. That means that Southampton are the first team relegated from the Premier League this season. They still have time to beat Derby's record of 11, but they are officially relegated back to the Championship as of today. And those were the Premier League scores from earlier on today, as Manchester City already preparing substitutes for Phil Foden. The likelihood here is I would have thought Omar Mamouche would move into the middle, and I think Doku would be the most obvious suspect to come on. But Foden is back on his feet now, and he's just limping off the field. He's moving very gingerly. He doesn't look at all happy. And he's just off the field now. Now they'll probably work on him a little bit more, and Pep may hold off on making the substitution yet. We'll see. It's a throw into Manchester City, which Mateus Nunes will take. Nunes throws the ball long, headed in the air by Harry Maguire towards the halfway line. Nunes heads it down, and Kovacic launches it towards the Manchester United penalty area, but there is nobody there but Andre Onana, who plucks the ball out of the air. It's released now to Harry Maguire. Maguire gives the ball to Lenny Yoro just inside the Manchester City half of the field. Garnacho drops the ball back into the Manchester United half of the field, and it's now with Harry Maguire once again. Maguire forward to Casemiro, back to Maguire. Maguire goes all the way down to the right hand side, back to Casemiro from Diogo Dalot, forward to Rasmus Højlund. Højlund inside the penalty area. He's challenged and beaten to it by Ruben Diaz. Good challenge by him. Cleared away by Ederson, and it may go out of play again here, and it does. Casemiro just watches the ball go out of play, and the throw-in is taken quickly by Nusa Mesraoui. Goes back to Harry Maguire and back to the goalkeeper. And picked up here again by Mezraoui, releases the ball to Diogo Dalot. Back to Mezraoui, he's got options left and right, goes to Maguire. Maguire goes long, it's a super ball out to Garnacho, out to Dogu, but Dogu just not able to catch it, but it was the right idea by Harry Maguire. Nobody was watching Dogu there as he was racing away down that left-hand side, but he wasn't able to catch it, and it's a throw into Manchester City. Diaz gives the ball to O'Reilly. Long ball over the top, looking for Omar Mamouche. Mamouche now. Oh, that's a good challenge by Harry Maguire, and denying the Egyptian there. This was a wonderful ball over the top here from Nico O'Reilly. Picking it up straight to the feet of Omar Mamouche. But that was a really good challenge by Harry Maguire, keeping the scores locked at 0-0. It's a clear shot on goal for Mamouche, but good work by Maguire. Kevin De Bruyne now will take the corner. It's from the left-hand side. De Bruyne going to launch this one in. His hands go up in the air. De Bruyne lifts the ball into the near post. Oh, it's bouncing around there. Back heel by O'Reilly. They're appealing for a penalty, Manchester City, for a handball, in fact, but John Brooks says no. We'll see if VAR revisit that. We don't know yet. We'll have a look at that. It was an interesting improvisative back heel by Nico O'Reilly. I didn't quite see it hit the hand myself, but we'll take a look at the replay on that. Here's Gvardiol, and it's with De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Mateo Kovacic inside the centre circle. He's going to go out onto the right-hand side to Bernardo Silva. He's got Patrick Dorgu in front of him as Bernardo Silva, trying to skip away from Dorgu. Dorgu with him well, helped along by Alejandro Garnacho, and between the two of them they dispossess the Portuguese international. Bernardo Silva goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw into Manchester United. Looks like there's no further check on VAR for that potential penalty. It was a half-hearted appeal by a few of the City players, really. Dorgu plays the ball forward there, looking for Garnacho. It's given away. Finally, Nusa Mezraoui has a second bite of the cherry to clear it. The header is won in the air by Nunez. Picked up by Kovacic. Kovacic again. Forward he's got De Bruyne and Mamouche. Plays it short to Nico O'Reilly. Back to Kovacic again. Kovacic, good ball across there to Bernardo Silva, and out wide there on the far side to Mateus Nunes. It looks like Phil Foden still... is Phil Foden back on the pitch now? Indeed he is. Kevin De Bruyne out wide to Mateus Nunes. Nunes drops the ball back to Bernardo Silva in front of Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne's shot. It's a first effort on goal, but it's a tame effort, and it's a comfortable save for Andre Onana. Just a quick turn there by the Belgian. He just looked like he might have been just off balance a wee bit, and the shot, he just didn't get all the power behind that. Now Manchester United coming forward. It's a long ball by Bruno Fernandes, finds Garnacho in quite a spectacular way. Garnacho now down the left-hand side. Manchester United now coming forward. It's Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu there tries to get the cross away, but it looks like he might have slipped, and the ball rolls out of play and goes behind for a goal kick. Since that early rush by Manchester United, since then it's really all been Manchester City, and that's really the first time that Manchester United in the last sort of 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes or so, has really tried to put anything together in terms of offensive play. Here's De Bruyne now for Manchester City. Good ball played forward, but Diogo Dalot gets the interception in ahead of Omar Mamouche. It's now with Dorgu. Dorgu gives the ball back to Lenny Yoro. Yoro back to Harry Maguire. Maguire lifts the ball over to Diogo Dalot. Dalot forward there, looking for Casemiro, but the ball has been given away, but working hard to win it back is Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro and his passing so far, he's given the ball away a few times in the first half. And here's Lenny Yoro across to Dorgu. Back to Yoro again. lifts the ball up forward to Bruno Fernandes, and Fernandes just clipped there by Mateo Kovacic. And now Manchester United coming forward with Alejandro Garnacho from the left side. He's moving into the middle. Garnacho plays the ball over to the right-hand side to Diogo Dalot. An inch-perfect pass. Dalot with a cross. Oh, Højlund couldn't get on the end of it, and on the back post there, he just fell over on his backside. There was Alejandro Garnacho. I think he wanted to go for the header and then got confused with his feet and fell over, and that is the biggest chance of this Manchester derby. It was a brilliant move by United. Diogo Dalot gets a cross in. It's just away, actually, from Casemiro. And, falling down on his backside there is Alejandro Garnacho. That has to go down for a chance for Manchester United. The ball is out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. It's taken quickly. Launch forward, looking for Mamouche. Mamouche is dispossessed. And here's Diogo Dalot as Manchester United were buoyed by that recent opportunity. Will probably be looking to come forward and put some press on Manchester City as the ball is played long forward. Looking for Rasmus Højlund, but he's not going to get there ahead of Ederson. And Ederson plucks the ball out of the air. And coming forward now, Manchester City is Manchester United backing off as Kovacic gives the ball to Nico O'Reilly. Back to Kovacic. Across there to Bernardo Silva, midway inside the Manchester City half of the field, the Manchester United half of the field. And here's Mateus Nunes. Nunes drops the ball back to Diaz. Diaz. Oh, ball's out wide. Back to Nunes. Diaz again. Back to Kovacic. Gvardiol now for Manchester City in that unfamiliar centre-back position for him. Josko Gvardiol. Played forward there to Mamouche. Mamouche lays the ball off to Gundogan. Gundogan back to Kovacic. Kovacic out wide to Gundogan. Gundogan to Mamouche. Back to Kovacic. Good ball across there to the number 3 Ruben Diaz, and out wide to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva back to Ruben Diaz. Diaz holds the ball up, plays forward, a quick 1-2 there with Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan has it again, tries to flick the pass to Kevin De Bruyne, but Patrick Dorgu nips in and wins that ball back, and Dorgu now gives the ball away himself, and it's picked up by Omar Mamouche. And now here is Gundogan. Gundogan to De Bruyne. De Bruyne plays the ball through looking for Phil Foden, but cutting across there is Harry Maguire and puts that ball out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in, and it's taken quickly to Foden. Back to Nunes. Nunes holds the ball up. He's got options left and right. Gives the ball to Gundogan, back to Foden. Gundogan again. Manchester United trying to make it hard, trying to press that Manchester City front line. The ball breaks loose and it's out onto the far side. And it's Nunes. Gives the ball to Kovacic. Centre of the field, just over the halfway line to De Bruyne. De Bruyne chips the ball into the penalty area. That's dealt with well by Harry Maguire. Heads the ball now down to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes, is he going to be dispossessed if he's not careful? He does manage with hard work and effort to get the ball to Dorgu. Now to Lenny Yoro. It's a good ball by Yoro. Super pass to Diogo Dalot. Dalot forward now to Bruno Fernandes. Down the right-hand side, and here's Garnacho in the penalty area. Garnacho pulls it back to Dorgu. Oh, Dorgu's first touch is atrocious. Oh, my goodness me. What a chance it would have been for Dorgu. If he'd have brought that down better, controlled that better, he could have struck that shot with a clear sight on goal. As City's defence showing once again that they are by no means perfect. Even if he'd have struck it first time, he'd have had a better chance. But the poor control has let Manchester City away with one there. Opportunity for Manchester United, a couple in this game. Clear-cut openings in the Manchester City defence. 24 minutes gone. Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. At Old Trafford, United looking to do the derby looking to do the double over there. City neighbours for the first time since 2019. The ball is played forward now to O'Reilly. O'Reilly goes down under the challenge, but it was a good challenge by Diogo Dalla. And finally, Casemiro goes down and he wins a free kick. And he gets helped back to his feet by Mazraoui. Well, we've seen a lot of huff and puff from both sides. Really, the creativity just hasn't been there. It's broken down in the final third of the field. It's not even so much the final ball as it is the build-up, as the creativity for both teams sort of breaking down in the middle of the park. A couple of chances for Manchester United in this first half, of course, sort of exposed the Manchester City defence, but really both sides struggling to really create anything at the moment. Mazraoui gives the ball to Fernandes. Fernandes flips it over Omar Mamouche's head in a quite arrogant style. Gives the ball back to Maguire. Maguire across to Lenny Yoro, midway inside the Manchester United half of the field. Holding the ball up is Lenny Yoro and drops it back to Harry Maguire. Maguire, good ball by him across to Diogo Dalla. Back to Nusa Mazraoui. Mazraoui plays the ball forward, and that is comfortably defended by Josko Gvardiol to prevent Garnacho from breaking away again. And Gvardiol plays it to Ruben Diaz. Diaz, quick 1-2 there with Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva holds the ball up. Good ball out onto the right hand side here to Nunez. Nunez back to the number 3 there, Ruben Diaz. He just allows it to go to Josko Gvardiol, who gives it to O'Reilly. O'Reilly under pressure from Diogo Dallo. That ball runs out of play and it's going to be a throw-in. Well, 27 minutes gone here. Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. It is Nusa Mazraoui gives the ball to Harry Maguire. Maguire goes straight back to the goalkeeper, back to Mazraoui. Mazraoui lifts the ball over the top there for Bruno Fernandes, who chests it down to Rasmus Højlund. Goal, that's really good football. And here's Alejandro Garnacho now. Bruno Fernandes has got Dorgu available on the left-hand side. Dorgu with a shot, it's wide. It's over and wide, and he might have been better just pulling that back to Alejandro Garnacho, but that was really good football. Chested the ball down well there, did Bruno Fernandes. One touch by Rasmus Højlund. Forward again to Fernandes. Inside the penalty area to Dorgu. It's a pity the finish was not as good as the build-up. But that really was super play from Manchester United. Ederson has the ball now at his feet. And releases the ball to Josko Gvardiol. And it's O'Reilly. O'Reilly back to Gvardiol. Gvardiol drops the ball back to Kovacic. Kovacic across to Diaz. Diaz to Mateus Nunes. Nunes holds the ball up. Drops the ball back to Ruben Diaz. Diaz to Kovacic. Kovacic puts his foot on the ball and gives the ball to Ruben Diaz as City slowing the game down again. Oh, challenge there, Mateo Kovacic, and Manchester United can break now. 4-on-3 if they hurry. And the ball is to Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the penalty area. Fernandes looking there for Casemiro, and he wasn't able to bring that ball under control. And, well, it goes behind in the end. But once again, Manchester United catching Manchester City cold. Just looking at this again, it was a giveaway, and it was 4-on-2 for Manchester United if they could have hurried. It was a good ball by Garnacho to Fernandes and across. Well, Manchester United have really exposed Manchester City's defence about 3 times in this first half now, but on each occasion the finish has been absolutely woeful. 3 shots each, only 1 shot on target of course, and that was a tame effort by Kevin De Bruyne on Andre Onana. City dominating possession, 58% in this first half. Here's Lenny Yoro just inside the penalty area, drops the ball back to the goalkeeper, and it's forward to Diogo Dalot, lifted up to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes to Ugarte, to Diogo Dalot. Back to Fernandes again. Oh, it's a good ball by Fernandes. Over the top, looking for Dorgu again. Dorgu picks up the ball, is in an offside position. He disagrees with that. And the offside flag is up. Media, radio, jingles and gaming in the chat. Well, a very good afternoon, Paul, and everyone. Another Manchester derby is happening based on both teams. I do think Manchester City will get the win here, but anything can happen on derby day. Quite right. I hope you're doing well, media, radio, jingles and gaming. This is indeed another excuse me another superb Manchester derby. I think the game frankly needs a goal at the moment though, but both sides at least are pressing forward. Here is Nunes, gives the ball back to Bernardo Silva. Drop back into the centre circle to Mateo Kovacic, who sends the ball out to the left-hand side to O'Reilly. O'Reilly, back to Kovacic. Half an hour gone here at Old Trafford. Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. I'll get back to you with an answer with that one in a more media, radio, jingles and gaming. And here is Nunes, plays the ball forward, looking for Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne plays the ball there, looking for Nunes again, and it's actually a good challenge by Lenny Yoro and puts the ball out of play for a corner. I didn't see the game actually. It was at 5:30 in the morning my time, so I was not able to watch the game. But from what I understand, they didn't play very well. But the penalty apparently was I haven't seen it, but the penalty apparently was a controversial decision from what I understand. Corner is going to be taken on the right-hand side, and just trying to see who's over that one. It's Ilkay Gundogan swinging it in. Oh, the ball's bouncing around and off the line by Nusam Mazraoui. I'm not sure what Onana was doing, but he didn't get there. He went flapping for that ball, completely missed it. If you look at that corner coming in again, it looks like it bounced off the head of Casemiro. Well, Onana might have got something on it, but he certainly looked far less than secure there, Andre Onana. If you come for those balls, you've got to make it. O'Reilly with a throw-in and cleared away by Diogo Dalot, but just for a moment there, that looked heart in the mouth time for Manchester United fans in that Stretford end behind the goal. And Manchester City take the ball into their own half and send it back to Ederson. It's released now to Ruben Diaz. Diaz gives the ball to Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan drops the ball back into the Manchester City half. It's now with Josko Gvardiol. Gvardiol gives the ball back to Gundogan. Gundogan across to Diaz. Over the halfway line to Mateus Nunes. As once again, Manchester City now playing this usual way of slowing the game down and playing the game at their pace. Manchester United cannot allow Manchester City to do that. And now Ruben Diaz plays the ball forward there to Omar Mamouche. It's released now to Gundogan again. That's a good challenge that time by Casemiro, but the ball does break loose and it's picked up by Gvardiol. Gvardiol back to Gundogan. Kovacic. Diaz. Nunes. Oh, nice play. Nunes turns away from Alejandro Garnacho there. And good play by Nunes. Gives the ball to Ruben Diaz. Diaz across to Gvardiol. And here's Gundogan. Gundogan to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. Out wide to Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly back to Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan again. Quick passing by Manchester City. They're not being closed down. Finally, the long ball by Ilkay Gundogan is a poor one. Goes through to the goalkeeper, Andre Onana. And it's released there to Harry Maguire. forward there to Casemiro. Casemiro under pressure from Mateo Kovacic allows the ball to go out of play. Luke Shaw coming back from injuries on the substitutes bench today. He's just warming up. I'll be surprised if we don't see him at some point today. Here's Yoro, gives the ball to Ugarte. Back to Yoro. Long ball forward. Nico O'Reilly wins that ball comfortably, heads it down to Mamouche. Mamouche gives the ball back to O'Reilly. Here's Gundogan. Back to O'Reilly again. And now here's Kovacic for Manchester City. A quick back heel there by Nunes. So, well, Manchester City almost lose the ball as a consequence of that. Nunes again, just taking the ball away from the Manchester City players and back to the halfway line. Ball forward there to Bernardo Silva. Back again as Manchester City just keeping possession now as they're starting to build again from inside their own half. Ruben Diaz across to Bernardo Silva. Nunes. Kovacic. Gvardiol. I mean, this is a build-up play that Manchester City play. As it's a long ball over the top, and it was looking for Kevin De Bruyne, but Andre Onana was picking that ball up straight away. He releases the ball to Manuel Ugarte, whose back flick has given the ball away now to Bernardo Silva. And Bernardo Silva has given the ball away, and Manchester City now can perhaps be caught out on the break. And finally, looking to try to win that ball is Garnacho, but Ruben Diaz wins the ball back. It's scrappy play by both teams in the middle of the park. Long ball across to Nico O'Reilly, and O'Reilly just holds the ball back to Kovacic. And I think this is where Manchester City can be at their most dangerous, when they're just allowed to maintain the pace of the play at their own whim. Here's Nico O'Reilly. Plays the ball forward to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne, good challenge by Nusa Mazraoui. And I feel that Manchester United need to press Manchester City more, not give them time on the ball like this. I think is really the crossroads here for Manchester United. For Manchester City, well, if they're able to keep the ball, a hold of the ball like this, in the way that they are doing, and dictate the pace of the play, then it's going to be Manchester City's game to lose, I think. You're not missing anything. The ball is with Patrick Dorgu, plays the ball over the halfway line. Challenge on Alejandro Garnacho, and it's a free kick. Challenged by Kevin De Bruyne, waves his arm in the air at that one. We've got 8 minutes to go until half-time. At half-time, I'll just run you through all the scores today earlier on, and then we'll take a 15-minute break, and we'll be back for the start of the second half. Here's Dorgu. And it's a long ball there by Casemiro, but there was nobody there. Manuel Ugarte is waving his arms furiously at Casemiro there to indicate that he was available. But in the end, Casemiro chose a wayward ball. And it goes wide, as just looking at Hugo Viana will become the first Manchester City director of football this summer. So he's watching what's going on here at Old Trafford with careful intent. As excuse me, the ball is with Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly plays the ball here to Kovacic inside the centre circle. Kovacic over the halfway line. Out wide there to De Bruyne. De Bruyne again. The ball is lifted up over the top to well, it was Patrick Dorgu in the end that got in the way of that. It was looking there, I think, for Phil Foden. City have the ball back inside their own half of the field as that ball was headed away by Ugarte. And now here's Nunes for Manchester City. Good ball across to Kovacic. Kovacic forward here to Nunes again with a shot. Oh, it just whistles wide. It was a good effort, and that was actually Ilkay Gundogan with the effort just wide of the target, and it's a goal kick. Wasn't a million miles away looking at the replay on that. It does look like the goalkeeper had covered his goal there, but its finishing once again has not been the best by either side in this first half when the chances have presented themselves. Andre Onana releases the ball downfield and it falls right at the feet of Ruben Diaz, who gives the ball away to Garnacho. Garnacho now keeps his feet, gives the ball to Dorgu. Dorgu, long ball over on the far side to Dalot. In the penalty area, pulled back by Dalot to Fernandes, and the shot by Casemiro was right at the goalkeeper. As Manchester United take to the 40th minute to get their first shot on goal. Was laid off nicely by Dalot, and Casemiro's effort wasn't the best. And, well, they had to wait for 40 minutes for that first effort on goal. Here's Manchester City now. Good ball by Diaz, out on the far side to Nico O'Reilly, down this left-hand side. O'Reilly, infield to Gundogan. Gundogan holds the ball up, gives the ball to Foden. Out onto the right-hand side to Nunez. Back again to Bernardo Silva, midway inside the Manchester United half of the field. Back to Nunez. Diaz. Diaz holds the ball up. And forward by Nunez. Infield looking for Phil Foden. Phil Foden just manages to fight with Garnacho for the ball. Garnacho wins it, but then gives the ball away to Gundogan. Gundogan is challenged brilliantly by Bruno Fernandes. And now Manchester United can clear from the pass from Harry Maguire. Maguire, it's out to Garnacho again. He releases the ball to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes holds the ball up and gives the ball to Ugarte. Ugarte leaves it to Maguire. Maguire gives the ball to Lenny Yoro. 3 minutes to go till half time plus stoppage time. Oh, it's a poor pass again by Casemiro, but a free kick has been given to Manchester United for the foul on Bruno Fernandes. And it's going to be a free kick. Manchester United, well, they've had to wait 40 minutes for a shot on goal, despite, in my opinion, certainly having the best chances. And the free kick is going to be taken just outside the centre circle inside the Manchester City half, more to the left-hand side of the centre circle. It's going to be Bruno Fernandes that's going to launch the ball forward. High line for Manchester City. It's long, up in the air there goes Diogo Dalot. He allows it to bounce off his head to Garnacho. Garnacho keeps it in play and he drops it back to Ugarte. Ugarte swings across in. Flicked on there by Casemiro. He was perhaps looking for the run of Rasmus Højlund, which didn't happen. And now Kevin De Bruyne on the break for Manchester City. De Bruyne tries to flick the ball forward looking for Phil Foden, but it's a good interception by Patrick Dorgu, and it's cleared away by Andre Onana, but only as far as Nico O'Reilly. And here's Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan. Kovacic. Back to Gundogan again. Gundogan drops the ball back to Kovacic. Kovacic to Diaz. Kovacic one more time. Lifts the ball up to Nico O'Reilly, who tries to head the ball onto Mamouche. Well read that time by Casemiro. Wins that ball. Clears it away as far as Garnacho. Here's Rasmus Højlund. Oh, turning away there is Bruno Fernandes, and he's fouled by his compatriot Bernardo Silva. And he doesn't believe him, Bernardo Silva. But it is a free kick. I think he did catch the Portuguese international. Let's just take a look at it again. Yeah, just catches him. Not sure there's any need for the theatrics really though by Bruno Fernandes. It's a free kick taken quickly. And it's with Harry Maguire. As we're inside the last minute at the end of this first half. Here's Diogo Dalot. Dalot, full Casemiro. Casemiro gives the ball away. and Kovacic plays the ball forward looking for Mamouche, and it's a free kick for the foul. I think it's probably for the first foul on Kovacic, not the second. Kovacic is down there now, but Omar Mamouche also down. So I think the free kick has been given for the infraction on Kovacic. Let's take a look. Kovacic, it's a late challenge, isn't it, really, by Diogo Dalla, no question. And on Mamouche, Mazraoui from behind. Referee probably could have given either one of those. We have 2 minutes stoppage time as we reach 45 minutes at the end of this first half. Tony Harrington putting the board up for 2 minutes. There's not been many stoppages really in the first half apart from the injury to Phil Foden. So 2 minutes we have as Gavardio plays the ball to Diaz. Back to Foden. Back to Diaz again, and Diaz goes back to the goalkeeper. Ederson just holds the ball up. I think both sides have accepted the fact that it's going to be it's going to end 0-0 at the end of this first half. Cleared away there by Ederson, only as far as Nunez on the far side. Nunez drops it back to Ruben Diaz. Diaz goes back to his goalkeeper, Ederson. Gavardio, short of any catastrophic error, I don't see either of these sides scoring before half time, but there's still time, I suppose. Gavardio across there to Nunez. Nunez drops the ball back to Diaz. Gavardio again. Gavardio, long ball, looking for the chasing Nico Williams. Going over to meet him is Diogo Dalot. And Diogo Dalot just shields the ball out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Manchester United. Casemiro just passing on some instructions to Diogo Dalot. As we have got about 30 seconds of stoppage time left at the end of this first half. We'll see if the referee just adds on any of his own from his own discretion. Remember, 2 minutes minimum. Flicked on there by Ilkay Gundogan, cleared away by Harry Maguire, and it's out of play for a throw into Manchester City. Taken quickly by Josko Gavardio. The ball is across to Matheus Nunes. Nunes out wide to Phil Foden. Foden trying to get to the byline, but the referee has called a halt to proceedings at the end of this first half. Well, limited chances for either side, and the chances that were created, there was some pretty poor finishing. Really, neither side have set the world on fire in this first half. Some good play by Manchester United in exposing the Manchester City defence, but all in all, 0-0 is definitely the right result at the end of this first half. Let's go back to the scores from earlier on today before we take our usual 15-minute break. Earlier on today at the Brentford Community Stadium, Brentford 0, Chelsea 0. At Craven Cottage, the shock of the day, Liverpool 3, Fulham 2. And at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Tottenham 3, Southampton 1. That relegates Southampton now. They're the first team to be relegated this season. So at the end of the first half here at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0 in this 196th Manchester derby. We'll be back for the second half. Join us then. Welcome back to the start of the second half. Got the players out on the pitch now. Just waiting to see if there's been any changes at all in the two lineups, and of course I'll run through those starting lineups for you once we know what's going on. In terms of what I can see, I don't see any changes, but let's see how this second half gets underway with Manchester United. Well, they'll be attacking the Stretford end in the second half. So yes, there's no changes. So I'm going to run you through the starting lineup as Manchester City get the second half underway. For Manchester United, Andre Onana in goal, Nusa Mesraoui, Harry Maguire, Lenny Yoro, Patrick Dorgu, Casemiro, Manuel Ugarte, Diogo Dalot, Alejandro Garnacho, Bruno Fernandes and Rasmus Højlund. For the blue half of Manchester, Ederson, Nico O'Reilly, Josko Gvardiol, Ruben Diaz, Mateus Nunes, Mateo Kovacic, Ilkay Gundogan, Omar Mamouche, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden. As another yellow card has been flashed in the face of a Manchester City player, this time Bernardo Silva, in the first minute of this second half. So that's a second Manchester City player in John Brooks's notebook. So we'll see what the second half brings to us. Maybe a goal or two, hopefully. Nico O'Reilly is going to take the throw-in. He's level with his own penalty area on the left-hand side. Takes the throw-in. It's headed on, but won back by Casemiro. Casemiro drops the ball back to Diogo Dalot. And he plays the ball forward there, looking for Patrick Dorgu. But he drops the ball back into his own half of the field. And it's back with Lenny Yoro now for Manchester United. He gives the ball to Harry Maguire. Maguire, long ball forward to Diogo Dalot. Dalot finds Patrick Dorgu again. Now he's got a bit of space as Dorgu gets to the byline, and it's plucked easily out of the air by the goalkeeper for Manchester City, Ederson. And so it looks like that was actually Bruno Fernandes. Might have actually gone behind. They were claiming that initially, Manchester United. But according to the official on that far side, it had not. And the ball is played forward now to Phil Foden. Foden lays the ball off. And coming forward now for Manchester City is Omar Mamouche. The ball's played forward. Oh, here's a chance for Foden! Oh, he goes down under the challenge. And it's going to be a corner, surely. Well, it's a challenge by Nusa Mesraoui. Let's just take a look at this. It broke loose for Phil Foden. I'm not sure how this happened. It came off Omar Mamouche. It was a wonderful challenge by Nusa Mesraoui, actually. Looking at this now, Foden was aiming to shoot that ball. What a good challenge by Nusa Mesraoui. He had to get that right, because had he not got that right, that would have been a penalty and possibly worse. But it's cleared downfield now, and City have the ball again with Kovacic from the clearance from Onana. We've got a Manchester United player down. It's Rasmus Højlund. He's clutching the back of his head. John Brooks going up there just to make sure he's okay. Looks like he was being lent on there. He's okay though, is Rasmus Højlund. He's had a pretty miserable time of it at Manchester United, it has to be said. He's had a lot of bad luck. You know, the sort of chances that he's had, the sort of opportunities that he's had, a lot of those have been unfortunate in missing them. Some of them certainly he should have scored. But it has not been the most pleasant of experiences at Old Trafford for Rasmus Højlund so far. Here's Nunes for Manchester City. The ball is played forward, looking for Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne gets the cross in. Oh, it was whipped right across that area of uncertainty in front of Andre Onana, but there was no way Omar Mamouche was going to get there quickly enough. He was straining himself to get to the 6-yard box, but he just couldn't get there quick enough. And it's a goal kick. Kevin De Bruyne. Of course, this will be his last season for Manchester City. Still, broadcast, in my opinion, still one of the premier midfielders in the world is Omar Mamouche. Oh, it's a good turn by Gundogan. And here's De Bruyne again. De Bruyne just holds up, drops the ball back there to Gundogan one more time. Here's Nunes. Nunes drops the ball back to Bernardo Silva. And it's picked up in the middle there by Kovacic. Over on the far side to Nico O'Reilly. Can O'Reilly get across him? First time he does. It's not the best cross. And it's headed away by Mazraoui. Picked up here by Gvardiol. But Gvardiol's ball is a poor one. It's been comfortably intercepted by Manchester United. And now the Red Devils come forward. And it's Lenny Yoro gives the ball over to Dorgu on this left-hand side. Or he gives the ball to Alejandro Garnacho and he loses it to Phil Foden, and Dorgu having to chase back there to try to get the ball back off Phil Foden. In the end, Manchester City win the throw. And it's Nunes with the throw in. Drops the ball back to Ruben Diaz. Across to Josko Gvardiol. We've had 5 minutes gone in the second half. Here's Nico O'Reilly. Across to Diaz. Diaz holds the ball up to Nunes. Nunes. And across there to Gvardiol. Gvardiol just holds the ball up. And across there to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Gundogan. Gundogan to O'Reilly. O'Reilly drops the ball back here. And it's Ilkay Gundogan. Oh, he's given the ball away. And it's a real chance for United coming forward now with Diogo Dalot. But that is a good challenge there by Mateo Kovacic. The clearance away though by Diaz is only as far as Fernandez. Back to Casemiro. Here's Ugarte. Down to Dorgu. Dorgu lifts the ball in the penalty area. Looking for Casemiro. The head's going up. City unable to clear it. But finally, the referee has seen an infraction and is going to give a free kick to Manchester City. As cross coming in there, and they were looking for Rasmus Højlund in the box. Headed on by Casemiro, looking for Højlund, but really good work by Ruben Diaz. Ederson clears the ball away. Played forward by Gvardiol to Ilkay Gundogan. Options for Manchester City if they hurry. Here is Phil Foden. He's got De Bruyne down this right-hand side. Here's De Bruyne. Cuts inside. He's going to have a shot at Kevin De Bruyne, but not the best effort. A tame effort in the end, and it rolls through to the goalkeeper, Andre Onana. It's really the end product for both of these sides has really been lacking in this game so far. It's cleared downfield by Andre Onana. Ruben Diaz trying to win the ball ahead of Rasmus Højlund. Højlund given the benefit of the free kick from referee John Brooks. And the free kick is right just inside the centre circle, inside the Manchester City half. It's right on the line, in fact. And it's going to be taken by Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes looking for options left and right. It's a high line again by Manchester City. It's lifted up over the top by Højlund as far as Diogo Dalot. Played back to Ugarte with a shot. It's blocked. It's now back to Diogo Dalot again. Swings across in, punched out by Ederson. Might have been better catching it. Here's Dorgu. Now Garnacho. Garnacho cuts inside, tries to cross to the back post. Oh, that's wonderfully taken that time by Ederson. Off the head of Diogo Dalot, and he releases it quickly to Kevin De Bruyne, and it's 4-on-4 if City hurry. And here's Omar Mamouche. He's got Mazraoui in front of him. Mamouche holds the ball up. Drop back there to Gundogan. It's Mamouche again. Manchester United back in a hurry there. De Bruyne drop back to Kovacic. Gundogan to Kovacic. Diaz. Foden. Oh, nice turn there by Nunes. It's going to be a free kick as he's fouled. And Manchester United Oh, and Manuel Ugarte getting in the face there of Ruben Diaz. And then Ugarte gets a shove then off Bernardo Silva as well, as it's all a bit silly right now. And the referee is just going to halt proceedings. Is he going to have a word with Ugarte? And you can see here he holds up for the free kick, and coming in there with the challenge was Ruben Diaz. And you can see here that Ugarte have words, and Bernardo Silva doesn't like that, and everybody getting involved, and it's all completely unnecessary. And it's going to be a free kick to Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne is going to take. De Bruyne looking for options left and right. He's got Phil Foden if he wants to play it short. Alejandro Garnacho just watching that one. He crossed into the box. There's Mamouche with a chance. And it's, it was O'Reilly with the header there. It's back to Mamouche. Mamouche with a shot. But just getting down there is the goalkeeper, Andre Onana. The original cross coming into O'Reilly. And O'Reilly looked for a free header for the moment. Perhaps he didn't realise what time he had. He tried to flick it back there to Ruben Diaz, but he had a little bit more time than he realised. Here's Lenny Yoro. And now then, here's Garnacho. Drops the ball back to Yoro again. Yoro drops the ball back to the goalkeeper. Onana releases it to Mezraoui. Mezraoui is going to go long, looking for this ball across there. Is Rasmus Højlund, but he's dispossessed, and it's Gundogan again. And there is Kevin De Bruyne, tries to play the ball through, but it looks like he's fouled Patrick Dorgu, and it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. As much as the way that this game has gone, we're going to see some changes now. It looks like Jeremy Doku is coming on for Phil Foden, as Pep is the first manager to make a change. On the 57th minute, Phil Foden is being replaced by Jeremy Doku. Perhaps the City manager looking to bring some changes and add a bit of extra speed in there. Doku on now, and for Manchester United, it looks like they are also making a change. As Harry Maguire, now this one is surprising because Harry Maguire has probably been Manchester United's best defender. I can only assume he's picked up a knock. I can't think of any other reason. And coming on for him is Victor Lindelof. So we have got a double substitution for both sides, or a substitution for both sides. Harry Maguire for Victor Lindelof for Manchester United. Doku for Phil Foden for Manchester City. And I have to say, I'm really shocked at that. At the Harry Maguire one. I can only think he's been picked up an injury. Manchester United coming forward now, down the left-hand side. Crossed in by Bruno Fernandes, looking for Dorgu, but that is a good header behind by Nunes. Good defending there by the Manchester City wing back there. The cross coming in on the back post, looking for Dorgu, who was ghosting his way into the penalty area. Subject to being offside possibly, but Nunes heads that ball behind. It is a corner for Manchester United down the left-hand side, which Bruno Fernandes will take. It's going to be swung in by Fernandes into the 6-yard box. Well, Ederson left it, but the header was won by Gvardiol. And finally, Ilkay Gundogan trying to get the ball away. It goes out of play. Ruben Amorim. I can only think really that a knock has been taken by Harry Maguire. It's the reason why he's been replaced. I think certainly he's been one of Manchester United's best defenders. And there's Kovacic, just flicks the ball up into the air. It's bouncing around. Nico O'Reilly trying to bring the ball down. Rasmus Højlund heads it down there to Garnacho. Garnacho tries to get to the byline, gets across in Alejandro Garnacho. Headed down comfortably by Mateus Nunes. He had Bruno Fernandes right behind him. Good play defensively there by Nunes. And now he has the ball and he clears the ball forward. It's just a header is won there by Nusa Mesraoui. Just flicks the ball away from Doku and gives it to Diogo Dalla. And it's picked up again by Dalla. It's got Jeremy Doku approaching him. And across to Victor Lindelof. Lindelof to Lenny Yoro to Dorgu. Dorgu, oh, he's challenged and dispossessed there. And here now is Bernardo Silva to Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, he tries to find Ilkay Gundogan, but it's poor control. And Manchester United win the ball back, and it's Victor Lindelof. Oh, it's the ball is given away, but a second bite of the cherry now for Nusa Mesraoui. And Manchester United coming forward with Diogo Dalot. Gives the ball down the right-hand side to Garnacho. Garnacho tries to flick the ball through the legs of Bernardo Silva, but Mateo Kovacic wins that ball instead. And it goes back there to Nico O'Reilly and back to Gvardiol as Manchester City, we've hit the hour mark and it's still Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. And really what's lacking in this game is the end product, the final finish, and it's just not been there for either side. And there's Diaz. Diaz does a quick 1-2 with Bernardo Silva. Here's Kovacic. O'Reilly. Good challenge there by Mesraoui, and now Manchester United can break. And it's Garnacho gives the ball to Bruno Fernandes. Dogu overlapping on the left-hand side. Here's Dogu. Whips the ball across the 6-yard box. They're claiming handball. Ruben Diaz slipped. I don't think you can possibly give a handball for that. They were claiming it, mind you, but it looked like Diaz slipped, and I don't think there's anything he could do if the ball did strike his arm. Here is Casemiro. Launches the ball forward and into the penalty area. It's dealt with well by Gvardiol at the second attempt. It's picked up by Diogo Dalot, but he has given the ball away to Ilkay Gundogan. Here's Doku. Doku goes down under the challenge there of Casemiro, and it's going to be a free kick there. As we look at that ball across again, he actually doesn't even hit his arm. I don't know how he gets his arm out of the way of that, Diaz. He slips. Oh, he does very well to get his arm out of the way of that. There was no penalty at all because it didn't even hit his arm. But even if it had hit his arm, how he got his hand out of the way of that, I'll never know. Here is number 3, Ruben Diaz. And it is Bernardo Silva. Silva is just down that right-hand side. Gives the ball to Nunes, who gives it to De Bruyne. It's picked up by Diaz again. Across to Gvardiol. Gvardiol. And now here is Mateo Kovacic. Kovacic gives the ball there to... well, he just passed the ball on there to the number 20, Bernardo Silva, who tried to play the ball on to Omar Mamouche, and Mamouche is fouled by Victor Lindelof. Just went into the back of the Egyptian. There was no question, it's a foul. It clips him there, goes into the back of him. It's a free kick. Not sure what the Swedish international is complaining about, but it's a free kick. And there's four Manchester City players surrounding this. Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva is over it, and it's a free kick. And well, Omar Mamouche is there as well. Ruben Diaz. There's an entire committee over there along with Ilkay Gundogan. We're going to see what they're going to do here. It's certainly close enough for a shot. It's at the corner of the D, I'd say about 25 yards out. And some players now just moving away. As Manchester United, the referee John Brooks just making sure that wall is 10 yards back. Omar Mamouche and Kevin De Bruyne are now standing over the ball. And it looks like it's going to be Omar Mamouche. Oh, good save by Andre Onana. Omar Mamouche struck that shot, got it over the wall and down. Onana gets across. Actually, probably a save you'd expect him to make. But it's about the best effort we've had on goal in the entire game. Looks like it took a deflection as well, which kind of took it away from Andre Onana. It's about the only real save he's had to make in this game. And here's Josko Gvardiol out to Jeremy Doku. Doku drops the ball back. Picked up by Mateo Kovacic. Kovacic to Bernardo Silva. Out to Nunes. Nunes to De Bruyne. Back to the number 3 there, Ruben Diaz. Diaz has got a run from Mateus Nunes on the right. Decides to go to the more difficult ball on the left to Doku, but makes super work out of it. It's a great ball to Doku. Doku checks inside, and he gives the ball there to Gundogan. Gundogan under pressure there. Good challenge by Lindelof, and now Manchester United can move forward. And it's Lenny Yoro. Yoro plays the ball forward to Rasmus Højlund. Højlund, oh, it's a ball by Rasmus Højlund looking for Alejandro Garnacho. He's not going to get there, and it goes out of play as United's front three really have not been able to put together the shots or the opportunities to really cause any distress on this Manchester City goalkeeper at all. Ederson, he's not really been forced into any save of any real note. Anyway, it's a free kick to Manchester City. And it's 66 minutes gone. Doku is the one that is fouled by Nusa Mesraoui. And he's complaining at the referee. I'm not sure why. He practically had his arm around his neck. Here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne tried to make the pass. It was a good interception by Doku. Goes all the way back to Bernardo Silva. Silva has got options left and right. There's not a lot of movement for him. Kovacic gives the ball to O'Reilly. Drops the ball back there to Josko Gvardiol, to O'Reilly. O'Reilly again. Doku. Doku cuts inside and is claiming he was fouled there, and a yellow card is coming out here as the referee concurs with Jeremy Doku, and Diogo Dalot goes into the referee's notebook as he's having trouble containing Jeremy Doku. Yellow card for Diogo Dalot, and it's a free kick. It's over by the touchline, about 7 yards in from the touchline on the left-hand side. About 40 yards from goal. And the free kick is going to be taken as Manchester United have their defensive lineup on the 18-yard line. It's swung in, and there's a header, but it's blocked. And, well, it's going to be a corner to Manchester City. But just waiting there was Ruben Diaz with a header, but he only managed to divert it onto a Manchester United defender. Goals conceded from corners this season. Manchester United currently at 11 right now. They have the highest in the Premier League of goals conceded from a corner, so they need to be careful here. This corner taken from the right-hand side to be taken by Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne is going to outswing this one by the looks of it. Indeed he does. It's flicked away, comes right back to Mamouche with a shot. Oh, right at the goalkeeper, back to O'Reilly. He's going to get a second bite of the cherry. Bernardo Silva swings the ball into the box. They're claiming handball, but it's offside. Now, this really was a stunning shot by Mamouche. Now, either side of Onana, and it was definitely 1-0. Trouble is, it was right at Onana. He managed to pour the ball out, couldn't hold it because of the power, but the official's flag had gone up. Perhaps it was obstructing the view of the goalkeeper. And on 69 minutes, it's 0-0, but definitely the best shot on goal in the entire game. Joshua Zirkzee. It looks like he's going to come on, so that probably means it's the end of Rasmus Højlund's day. Ruben Diaz. Plays the ball forward there, going down under the challenge of Nico O'Reilly is Diogo Dalla. And it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. Well, Joshua Zirkzee will be preparing to come on. It doesn't look like he's coming on yet, mind you. And I've no question it's going to be for Rasmus Højlund. But the free kick is over by the touchline, almost on the touchline, really, down the right-hand side. It's swung in there with a bit of power and cleared away by İlkay Gundogan. Only as far as Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes flicks it over the head of Dorku in a quite brilliant way. And he sets off Casemiro on his way, swings the ball into the box, back to the edge of the area to Ugarte! And it's just wide. Well, Ugarte coming close this time. And Casemiro's, it was a poor cross by Casemiro, but it deflected off Josko Gvardiol, in fact. But Ugarte just couldn't bend his foot around it. And it goes into the Stretford end. Double substitution for Manchester United. Højlund and Ugarte are coming off. And Zirkzee and Mason Mount are coming on. So double substitution for Ruben Amorim. Ugarte and Højlund off. Mount and Zirkzee are on. Well, Mason Mount, we'll see if he can make a difference today for Manchester United in terms of the creative front. We haven't really seen that yet from either side, really. And it's now with Mateo Kovacic. Kovacic holds the ball up, gives it to Bernardo Silva. Silva, long ball forward, all flicked on nicely there by Nunes. He was looking for the run of Omar Mamouche, but it was good defending by Lenny Yoro. And Manchester United, well, it looks like there's a substitution for City coming up as well. A double substitution. Jack Grealish and Rico Lewis are the ones looking like they are coming on. As Manchester United come forward now with Garnacho. Garnacho to Fernandes. Back to Garnacho. Garnacho now gets to the byline, tries to get the cross in, but it's a poor one and easily won back. Well, by Ederson, who just plucks the ball out of the air. Well, Grealish and Rico Lewis looking like they're the ones coming on. Not sure who's going to come off yet. I have to think it might be Bernardo Silva maybe, or Kevin De Bruyne. Anyway, here is İlkay Gundogan, drops it back to Ruben Diaz, and now to Bernardo Silva to Josko Gvardiol. Back to Bernardo Silva again. Back to Gvardiol. Here's Ruben Diaz. Diaz to Nunes. Good ball there to Kevin De Bruyne, but the return ball goes out of play and it's going to be a throw-in. As İlkay Gundogan is one. Just trying to see who the other one is, but İlkay Gundogan, yeah, is certainly one. And Nico O'Reilly is the other. So, a tough run out today for Nico O'Reilly. Demonstration of his skills again today on what he has. This is a very talented player, and I think over time he's going to blossom into a full England international. So Gundogan and O'Reilly make way for Grealish and Rico Lewis as a pat on the back by Pep Guardiola for a job well done for Nico O'Reilly. Here's Lindelof. Lindelof across there to Nusa Mesraoui. Lindelof. Just quick 1-2 for Manchester United. Lindelof has the ball back again. And again, Lindelof as Manchester United just keeping possession. He decides to go long here. Lindelof looking for Garnacho. But well played by Matheus Nunes. Just takes away the ball away from the Argentinian. And he tries to clear that ball forward to Omar Mamouche, who backheels it to Bernardo Silva. Manchester City desperately looking for the win. Cleared out of play by Matheus Nunes. He almost gave away the corner there. 15 minutes to go. And here's Bernardo Silva for Manchester City. Silva goes down under the challenge there of Mason Mount, and a yellow card for the Manchester United substitute. Mason Mount just catches him late. Doesn't really make any attempt to get the ball. Correct decision, I think, by John Brooks. It's his third yellow card, Mason Mount. Ball played forward there by Rico Lewis to Grealish. And that's a good ball there to Jeremy Doku. Here is Kovacic. Kovacic to Gvardiol. Gvardiol, good ball down the right-hand side to Matheus Nunes. Drop back there from Bernardo Silva to Ruben Diaz. Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0, with 15 minutes to go, and I'm hard-pressed to see where a goal is coming from. Here's Jeremy Doku. He's got Diogo Dalot in front of him. Doku just looking to check inside, plays the ball forward, looking for Jack Grealish, but in the end, it was easy for Andre Onana just to come and pluck that one out of the air. As there is Eric Cantona, one of the legends of the game, one of the legends of Manchester United, still pretty much worshipped here at Old Trafford. They still sing songs about him even to this day. And the ball is cleared away by Andre Onana and headed up into the air there by Mateo Kovacic, and it goes out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United. Ball played forward there, looking for Dorgu. Dorgu gives the ball to Garnacho. Garnacho, corner of the penalty area, back to Dorgu. Swung across, there's a shot! Oh, a super save from the shot from Xerxes. And what a stop that is by Ederson. And the ball is out wide now. It's crossed in by the number 20 for Manchester United, Diogo Dalot. But that shot just came out of nowhere. Garnacho played the ball through to Dorgu. Dorgu swings the shot in, and he just swings at it first time to Xerxes. Connects absolutely perfectly, but it's a brilliant reaction save by the goalkeeper, Ederson. It's a corner to Manchester United. Dalot takes it, heads go up, it's Ruben Diaz who wins it back to the edge of the area to Mazraoui, who tries a volley, but it's a disappointing one that goes well wide. And well, that was the best bit of goalmouth action we've seen in the entire game, and it's about as good as it's got. See this ball just played in there to Xerxes. It's a good save by Ederson as he saw that ball coming his way. And the return shot there by Mount, which was also blocked. It's good work really by the Manchester City goalkeeper. Here's De Bruyne. Oh, it's a super ball over to Doku. Doku now cuts in from the left-hand side. Oh, Doku, it's a poor ball. Straight to Mason Mount. And Manchester United now can work on clearing the ball. And it's Bruno Fernandes. He plays the ball forward for Garnacho. Garnacho. He's got Dogu overlapping, but Garnacho going on his own takes a shot. It takes a deflection off Gvardiol and goes wide. And well, in the end, it's going to be another corner for Manchester United. Just take a look at this one again. He just cuts inside. Look at this. Takes a deflection. He had Dogu overlapping. I think he was coming from his blind side though. As Bruno Fernandes is going to take the corner again. Right in front of the Stretford end at Old Trafford. And Xerxes is in there. And so is Lenny Yoro. It's a short one taken to Garnacho. Back to Fernandes. Fernandez going to swing this one in. It's bouncing around there. And finally, the referee has seen an infringement for a foul. And down there is Casemiro. Looks like he was the one that caught Kovacic. Let's take a look at that one. He swung that one in again. Oh. Casemiro just gripping his legs. I'm not sure. Well, he's gripping his legs, but he'd take more of a hit in the head there, really. I didn't really see a lot wrong with the challenge in general, one way or another. United fans appealing for a penalty behind that goal in the Stretford end. That's not going to be given. Casemiro just slowly getting to his feet. But with 10 minutes to go here, I will have to consider my man of the match soon, as there is Peter Schmeichel, another Manchester United legend. Unbeaten in 12 Manchester derby appearances for Manchester United. 11 wins and 1 draw. Well, impressive. One of the best goalkeepers ever to play the game. His son, Kasper Schmeichel's not bad either. And here now is Rico Lewis for Manchester City. Lewis is dispossessed there by Xerxes. The ball is won there and given to Mason Mount. Mount drops it back into his own half of the field. Here's Lenny Yoro. And it's Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu holds the ball up. And plays the ball forward to Garnacho. Garnacho checks inside and goes down under the challenge, and it's going to be a free kick. That's it. No, the referee says no. Play on is the word from the referee, and it's a long ball there by Mateo Kovacic. Chasing it is Omar Mamouche, but getting there first is Mazraoui, who just plays the ball calmly back to Onana. Onana's clearance is not the best. It only finds Jack Grealish. Grealish out to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne is challenged there by Casemiro. And just trying to break forward there was Bruno Fernandes, but he is dispossessed. Challenge puts the ball out of play. I have no idea who to pick for a player of the match today, because there's been so much lack of creativity. There's been so much final product that hasn't been there. It's very difficult. I've got 1 or 2 names in mind, and I'll give you the player of the match in about 7 or 8 minutes time. Here is Alejandro Garnacho. He runs the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. And it's given to Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu gives the ball to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes he just challenges. A good challenge there by Fernandes. Puts the ball out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Manchester City. And we've got 7 minutes left to play here in the Manchester derby. It's Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. Thrown long there, run back comfortably, but Omar Mamouche is tried to get away there. Lenny Yoro had a hold of him. It's going to be a free kick and a yellow card for Lenny Yoro. No question on that one. He made no attempt to win the ball. He just had a hold of his arm. Yellow card for Lenny Yoro, 4th of the campaign. And it's a free kick. It's taken quickly. It's Rico Lewis. Here's Ruben Diaz. Diaz gives the ball to... it's dispossessed there is Bernardo Silva. And Joshua Xerxes might have some time now. And the ball is straight across there to Alejandro Garnacho. Well, he's dispossessed again. And it goes back to Ruben Diaz and back to the goalkeeper. And here's Rico Lewis, plays the ball forward. And out of play for a throw-in. Throw-in taken quickly, and here's Bruno Fernandes. And it's now with Casemiro. Casemiro launches the ball over to Dorgu. Plays a cross in, looking for Xerxes, but that's a really good header by Ruben Diaz. Played away, but only as far as Victor Lindelof. Lindelof to Mezraoui. Over on the far side to Mason Mount. Mount drops the ball back to Lindelof again. Across to Dorgu. Dorgu holds the ball up. Fernandez. Fernandez across there to Mezraoui again. Oh, a good challenge. And, well, no, the referee has given a free kick for the foul on Rico Lewis. And he's back up on his feet. He looks in some discomfort there. And a free kick to Manchester City. If you have stayed for this entire commentary, I take my hat off to you, because it certainly hasn't been the most entertaining game. Here is Gvardiol across to Rico Lewis. Lewis drops the ball back to Grealish. Grealish is dispossessed there. And Manchester City win the ball back though, but once again Casemiro twice wins the ball and plays the ball forward looking for Garnacho. Garnacho there unable to keep possession, and Mateus Nunes has the ball now. Nunes to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne across to Grealish. Grealish goes down under the challenge of Mezraoui. The referee says play on. Fernandez. And now here's Mason Mount. Dalot. Casemiro. Casemiro to Lindelof. Lindelof to Bruno Fernandes. Lifts the ball over the top there to Mezraoui, to Diogo Dalla. And there's the ball into the middle to Xerxes. Xerxes with a shot. Oh, it's blocked by Diaz. And the ball into the middle by Mason Mount was a simple pass, but effective. Joshua Xerxes just getting the shot away, but it was blocked by Ruben Diaz. As Manchester United certainly looking the most likely to score in the last few minutes of this game. The throw-in is going to be taken by Diogo Dalot. I think he's going to go long here. It's level with the Manchester City penalty area down the right-hand side. In fact, he goes short to Mezraoui. Back to Dalot again. And here's Bruno Fernandes, swings across into the middle and headed away and over the crossbar by Gvardiol. He's got his head under that one and over the crossbar. Well, 0-0 as we go into the last 2 minutes of the game. Manchester United pressing forward, looking for a winner, with Bruno Fernandes with this corner now down the left-hand side. Is he going to go short again? No, he goes into the 6-yard box. Ederson stays at home, comes back to the edge of the area, and Dorgu with a shot, but it is wide and disappointing in the end. As Ruben Amorim, well, he'll certainly take a point from this, so will Manchester United. But for Manchester City, in search of their top 4 hopes, this is certainly not the best scenario. If it stays as it is, they are 5 point. They are, well, they're 1 point behind the top 4. But a win today would have took Manchester City into the top 4. So a lot at stake here, especially with Chelsea dropping points today at Brentford. It's a good ball there by Kevin De Bruyne across to Rico Lewis. Here's Ruben Diaz. Diaz sends it down the right-hand side there to Mateus Nunes. Nunes back to the number 3, Ruben Diaz. And Gvardiol gives it to Rico Lewis. And now it's Jeremy Doku. Has got Dalot in front of him. Doku drops the ball back there to Rico Lewis. Here's Ruben Diaz out to Mateus Nunes down the right-hand side. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. And, well, looking there. There was a challenge there on Nunes, and there's a Manchester United player down, and the referee has stopped play. It's Patrick Dorgu who's down. He looks in a lot of pain. And we're going to get the physio on here. Let's just take a look at this. That was ugly. Yeah, Dorgu looks in a lot of pain there. So it's like he rolled over his ankle by Mateus Nunes. And he's just going to get some treatment with the magic sponge. And we are going to have 4 minutes of stoppage time, and I might as well give you the man of the match. So today's man of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, I've decided to give it to Bruno Fernandes as man of the match today. His work in midfield, creating everything for Manchester United, it all seems to have come through Bruno Fernandes, getting the ball down to either flanks, winning the balls back in midfield. So today's man of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, goes to Manchester United's number 8, Bruno Fernandes. And it's taken quickly, and this free kick is given back to Doku as the game is back underway now. Here's Doku. He was looking for Kovacic, but now Manchester United are on the break, and it's Casemiro who sets off Xerxes. Xerxes got options in the penalty area. He's looking for Garnacho, but that's comfortably dealt with by Jack Grealish, who's back there. And here is Lenny Yoro. Yoro is dispossessed, and Omar Mamouche trying to challenge with Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes tells him to get up. It's rich coming from him. Here's Dorgu. Bruno Fernandes to Casemiro. Casemiro back to Fernandes. Fernandes over on the far side, picked up by Diogo Dalot. Dalot just drops the ball back to Mason Mount. Manchester United keeping possession as we are played a minute of stoppage time now at the end of this game. Here is Dorgu. You got to say next goal is the winner. Here is Garnacho. Garnacho is dispossessed there by Mateus Nunes, and the ball goes out of play. As Manchester United, that throw-in is going to be taken quickly, and eventually it just goes behind for a goal kick. And well, Manchester United can take away a lot from this game in the sense that they have played quite well, especially in the second half. For much of the last 15 minutes, they've progressed forward to try to win the game. As far as Manchester City is concerned, I think they were slightly the better team in the first half. In the second half, a lack of creativity by Manchester City, I think, has played its role in this as well. I think ultimately a draw is probably for me the right result. Here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne gives the ball to Bernardo Silva. Silva taking it to the corner. Is challenged there by Patrick Dorgu. And Dorgu tries to give the ball to Bruno Fernandes, but it's won back by Bernardo Silva, but he rolls the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in as we are inside the last minute now of stoppage time at the end of this game. And to be honest with you, at full time we will give you all the scores, the Premier League scores from today and yesterday before we end the broadcast. Throw-in taken by Dorgu, looking for Mason Mount. Mount launches the ball up in the air. It finds Mazraoui comfortably. Here's Diogo Dalot coming forward. He's got Rico Lewis in front of him. And it's won back by Jeremy Doku. And Doku gives the ball away to Mount. Mount now to Dorgu. Dorgu gets to the penalty area. It's crossed in. It's a good play there by Ruben Diaz. He heads the ball away, but only as far really as Casemiro, as Manchester United putting pressure on, trying to win this game. Dalot. Pulled back to Garnacho. Back to Dalot again. Swings the ball in. It's cleared away. Only as far as Casemiro. Back to Mason Mount. And there's Yoro back to Dorgu, and that is full time. And that brings to an end a very disappointing Manchester derby in terms of entertainment. Chances for Joshua Zirkzee in the second half, perhaps forcing the best save of all from the goalkeeper Ederson. But ultimately, that's as good as it got, really. Both sides on the attacking front, very, very poor indeed. But I suspect that both sides will take a point. Certainly Manchester City in the chase for fourth place have not dropped anything today, with Chelsea drawing. So full time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. Let's go through all the Premier League scores, starting with yesterday. And starting with the early game yesterday, Everton 1, Arsenal 1. Crystal Palace 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Ipswich Town 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. West Ham United 2, Bournemouth 2. Aston Villa 2, Nottingham Forest 1. Now, as for today, it is Brentford 0, Chelsea 0. Fulham 3, Liverpool 2. Tottenham Hotspur 3, Southampton 1. That means Southampton are relegated. First team to be relegated this season with 7 games to go. They're on 10 points, so they still can beat Derby's record, but they are at the moment currently relegated. And of course today, Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. We have a comment in the comment section. Media Radio Jingles and Gaming says wasn't the best Manchester derby, both teams being poor today. Indeed, it wasn't the best at all. But I do want to thank everyone who's joined in today, everyone who's listened in. Thanks very much. We really appreciate you spending your valuable time with us today, even though it wasn't the best game. We got more football coming up next week. But for now, it finishes Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. Bye for now.